macroeconomic scene. What did they do to the country? Good, bad, ugly? What is interesting is the growth of GDP was 7.7% in 2013-14. What happens in 2017-18? Declines by over 1%. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It means that we have extinguished forever 1,50,000 crores of GDP. 1%. Now you add it up of the other years, you'll find that the colossal loss to the GDP of the country. And no one talks about it in the manner in which Trinamool Congress talks about it. Let me turn to agriculture, forestry and fishing. Very fundamental to our people of the country. What happens there? 15% rate of growth in 2013-14. Pretty good. Plummets to 4.5% rate of growth. 15 to 4.5. No wonder farmer suicides, agricultural distress all over the country, reflected in the macroeconomic data given by Government of India, not mine. Now you turn to electricity, gas, water supply, fundamental to the needs of the common people of India. What happens there? Same story. 20.8% rate of growth in 13-14 plummets to 6.7%. From 20.8 to 6.7%, electricity, gas, water supply, utility services. And you go to financial and real estate, same story. 16.5% rate of growth in 2013-14 plummets, falls to 10.8%. Again, more than 6%, approximately 6% decline. Fundamental housing, that's what real estate, housing is about. Same story. Manufacturing is the same story. I don't want to repeat myself. What is the macroeconomic scene? NDA government, in the eve of the upcoming elections, shows that they've ruined the economy. This is beyond demonetization alone. Demonetization, I'll come to in a moment. Let me turn next to what happens to entrepreneurship. People are talking about entrepreneurship. I hear the Honorable Prime Minister talk about entrepreneurship. Here is a data that you may not have. Entrepreneurship in 2014, 9% were borrowing for business. It's the small entrepreneur. Startups. In 2014, 9% borrowing for business. Where is it today? 5% in 2017. So when we talk of the small entrepreneur, the heartthrob of the economy, entrepreneurship has taken a back seat and the spirit of entrepreneurship is down. No one talks about it. Now you turn to employment. I'll just give you one example from the Government of India's Labour Bureau, 7th round. Between 1st of April 2017 and 1st of July 2017, according to the Labour Bureau, Government of India, 87,000 jobs were lost in manufacturing. No one talks about it. Here is hard data from Government of India. Now let's turn to corruption. According to the Central Vigilance Commission of Government of India, corruption jumped 67% in government in 2016 compared to 2015. So I hear people talking about no corruption, clean government. Central Vigilance Commission compares 2015 to 2016 and finds a jump in corruption in government to the tune of 67% jump. Let me turn now to the other factor which relates to the banking sector of India. The NDA government, led by Mr. Modi, has killed the banking sector to the point that it's a shame. Why? Why do I say so? Gross non-performing assets in banks That means those who are not paying back. Some willful defaulters, some defaulters, but not paying back to the bank. 2,09,000 crores in 2013-14 was the gross NPA of the banking system in India. What happens by 2017-18? 2,09,000 climbs to 9,01,000 crores. 9,01,000 crores. That's 4.5 times more gross non-performing assets of banks. Same is repeated if you take the net NPA. So you have brought the banking system to a halt, and in the middle of that you see what happens with Nirav Modi and others. It is just a reflection of how this government has completely ruined the banking sector. Let me turn for a minute to Jan Dhan Yojana. Everybody talks about it. Great job, Jan Dhan Yojana. Nobody knows that 48% of the Jan Dhan Yojana accounts, almost 50% inactive, when the global figure is usually 25%. It's another bluff. Inactive accounts. Open the bank account, Jan Dhan Yojana, and then just leave it inactive. So you count it down. Well, here it is. Let me turn to the question of demonetization. It is shocking that promise was made for over 3 lakh crores to be extinguished in black money. You know how much it was extinguished by? 16,000 crores. 16,000 crores as against 3 lakh crores. And what is most interesting is that the total amount of money, the cash in circulation, and I show you this graph, you see it was 18 lakh crores when demonetization took place. We are right here on top. Look at that steep fall, okay. Money use was lower. And then we go up, look at the climb. So we are back in place of 18 lakh crores in circulation before demonetization to 18.7 lakh crores in current circulation of cash in the economy. And then we hear cashless, less cash, all these epithets which are completely mythical and complete rubbish, as you can see from this graph. This is whose graph? Reserve Bank of India, not my graph. 66% people in India have not even done one digital transactions. It's another bluff. Now let me turn for a moment to GST. As far as GST is concerned, the whole GST mechanism was put together as a seamless digital process, one country, one tax, seamless. What happens in fact? GSTR1, which is a form to be filled, which should be uplinked, which presents the sale value figures, it has been uplinked. What has not happened? GSTR2, where the purchase figures, they are self-populated. It didn't happen. So then what do? Do a short form called GSTR3B. You know what the problem with that is? That form is not backed by invoices. And here I make a claim that as a result of not invoices, not only are we gone completely manual, Hawala has increased massively, according to our studies. Because you're putting anything in your invoice, there's no way to check it, no way to match it. So Hawala transactions have increased, and today we find that Swiss bank accounts have the large 50.2% growth of Indians, where the average in the Swiss bank, that particular Swiss bank, is only 3% growth. So internationally it's 3% growth. India grows by 50.2%. Why? Because Hawala transactions have increased due to the failure of the GST's automatic digitized process. And nobody wants to talk about it. Export refunds are not happening. So exports are under great stress. In fact, they've fallen. 3 lakh refund applications are waiting, and what's the worst is, in the midst of this, 2 lakh crores are in central government coffers waiting to be disbursed. Shown in the budget. Why shown in the budget? Your revenue deficit is shown to be lower. This is a bluff. And I challenge the government to tell the people why 2 lakh crores are being held by the government in their coffers, which should have been refunded to the people. Appeal module was supposed to be essentially by digital process. Fact is, it is not. Now I turn for 2 minutes to West Bengal. What has been the story of West Bengal? GDP, 4.5 lakh crores, nominal GDP. 4.5 lakh crores when we came to office. Today, admittedly by the CSO, it's 10.5 lakh crores, and Finance Ministry has written a letter saying, for borrowing purpose, you can treat your GDP as 11 lakh crores. That's more than double nominal GDP of West Bengal in 6 years. It's a record. We are now the 4th largest economy in the country. What happens to capital expenditure? 8.5 times under Mamata Banerjee's leadership. 8.5 times. Plan expenditure, more than 3.5 times. Power, essential for industry. 24/7 power. Which state has it? We came and Mamata Banerjee's effort, it has changed. Roads, bridges, infrastructure. She just allocated 18,000 crores for infrastructure. And all this with a debt burden of 2 lakh crores. And this year's our debt service will be 47,000 crores to be paid on repayment and interest taken by the left-front government, a burden that we are bearing. And Government of India did nothing to help the state of West Bengal. We have helped ourselves. Are you aware that 58 schemes in which the state share was increased by Government of India instead of being facilitated in a federal polity? Do you know that 38 schemes were cut off? Why? Just simply cut off without consultation. But we cannot cut off those schemes. Those are people's schemes. So my quick conclusion is, whether you take the macroeconomic parameters of Bengal, whether you take the people-centric parameters initiated by Mamata Banerjee, whether it's Kanyashri, whether it's Jubasri, the bicycles distributed among the girl children, which has lowered their dropout rates, the number of child caring centers in the state, the number of hospitals created today in the state, number of universities, number of colleges, number of primary and upper primary schools, phenomenal. And in the middle of that, the state wins from the Government of India 5 largest awards in e-governance, e-taxation, in integrated financial management system, in e-Afghari. Whatever social programs we are doing, Government of India is today giving us awards, not us. And just last week, if you look at the Chief Minister's Facebook, you will find 31 awards have been given by the Scotch award system, where everybody was scampering to move forward. So therefore, my conclusion about Bengal is, come to Bengal, because Bengal means business.